What are you wearing? Good morning.
It's my Christmas onesie.
You got a onesie on?
Good morning.
Whoa. It's like you're wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. It's like, have you just been wearing this around the house?
Yeah, man.
Well, that's what you told me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Welcome to Bike Fit Tuesdays.
Good morning, viewers. And it is a good morning.
It is a good morning. I mean, it's cold.
Absolutely. It's a little bit
nice.
cold, but
yeah.
you know, it's all right. How are you, my little mustachioed friend?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent.
Good morning. Welcome to Bike Fit Tuesdays.
Yay!
Filmed on a Monday. We're back to the regular schedule. He's in a weird onesie. Let's ride some bikes. Right, what's happened?
I had a little spill, didn't I? It's icy.
We have actually ridden quite far.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Zero. Alright, James. You're going to explain what happened properly?
It's quite sad, really, isn't it?
We did a proper ride.
We did a proper ride.
We've actually done a proper ride. I'm proud of that.
I had a little spill.
Going uphill at 5 miles an hour.
Uphill at very, very slow. Lost the front wheel. The important thing is we're all fine.
Well, the most important thing is your sexy pyjama suit is all right.
But yeah, we just spent the rest of the ride pranging it out, didn't we?
Yeah, really.
Like, you know, pointing at just completely dry patches of road going, there's ice, there's ice! There was no ice.
I hope Rory was all right going down.
I hope he was as well.
Yeah.
Safe ride, Rory.
In any case, just for a change, we've ended up at Giro. So,
Yeah.
but this time we didn't ride from over there. We actually did a
There's never any
did a
bike
ride.
riders.
That is not healthy recovery food, James. So, what is the topic for today's Bike Fit Tuesdays?
Well, someone asked me the other day, is there a general difference between fitting men and fitting women? And, you know, the thing with bike fitting is it is all about the individual. It doesn't matter really whether you're male or female. It's all about the individual needs of a specific person. But obviously, with women, there are specific issues that women tend to have specific requirements. So I start seeing the same issues kind of reoccurring with women's bikes, and I think the fact that historically not as many women have been cyclists in comparison to men has sort of led to product not being particularly well designed, and that can be bikes, it can be shoes, but you know, again, there isn't really so much such thing as a women's specific product. The two kind of overriding things I come up against with women is handlebar width and saddle problems. I mean, the handlebar width thing is interesting because if you look at most women's bikes of a kind of a medium women's size bike, for example, will come with a 40 centimeter handlebar, which is the handlebar width that I fit to most men's bikes. So straight away, it's too wide for you, right? So and one of the problems with that is that it means that the rider then ends up having to reach around the handlebar to get at the brake lever, and what this has led to is the fitment of suicide levers to the top of most women's bikes, which don't really work that well anyway, but it's sort of treating the symptom but not the root cause. Does that make sense? And so that's one element of it. I mean, I'm consistent with all of my measurements. I always measure across skeletal landmarks, and I find most women are on a 38, 36, or even a 34 centimeter handlebar. I have found a handlebar that measures 34 centimeters, and actually that can have really profound impacts on a woman's comfort and also their confidence. You know, the ability to reach the brake levers is, you know, pretty damn important for most ladies. And then you've got the saddle thing, and you know, we referenced this like months ago, I think, in the summer, talking about men's saddles versus women's saddles. There's no such thing as a women's saddle. It just doesn't exist. The pelvises are slightly different, but they're not different enough to warrant a completely different saddle range. Saddle choice is all about the individual needs of a specific person again. So it's not you can't generalise, because there are some women who are very, very petite and will have very small pelvises, therefore will need a comparatively narrower saddle than someone like me who's got a big arse and a wide pelvis, and I need a comparatively relatively broad saddle. I think at the end of the day, you shouldn't ever be having saddle discomfort and no saddle issues whatsoever. I think that's something that a lot of women kind of tend to put up with, and actually something that in professional women's cycling has caused a hell of a lot of problems, and it's what sort of led to some UCI legislations being changed, some UCI rules being changed in terms of saddle angulation, allowing more saddle tilt to be applied to a saddle in order to relieve soft tissue. The problem with that, though, is that when you add too much tilt to the nose of the saddle, i.e. you drop the nose of it down to alleviate soft tissue, you end up, I mean, it's physics, isn't it? What happens when you put something on a slope? It rolls down the slope. So inevitably the rider ends up either rolling to the nose of the saddle and inevitably bracing with their hands, which means that you end up with a lot of pressure on the hands, numb hands. So, you know, it's a well-known fact that quite a lot of GB professional female athletes have ended up with, well, sort of reconstructive surgery following their interaction with a bicycle saddle. It's just, it's absolutely, it's appalling. I can't really comprehend it, because I mean, so for me, I feel it's duty of care really more than anything else to really be quite probing, not in a physical way, but probing in my questioning on how this rider's interacting with the saddle. Because women, you know, it is a pretty touchy subject. It's a difficult subject to broach, but it's one that has to be talked about, and I think we all need to be a little bit more vocal about it. Not just with women, but with riders in general. That soft tissue pressure and discomfort from riding a bicycle saddle is not a healthy thing. There are a lot of medical ramifications from riding saddles, or from having soft tissue pressure applied to a bicycle saddle.
Next thing, women-specific frame design. What's your take on that?
So this is something that's kind of come into the limelight recently with Specialized launching their new tarmac, and you know, they seem to have marketed what bike fitters I think have been preaching for since the year dot, but there isn't such thing as a women's specific frame. Again, it's all about individual needs and requirements. Some women will have longer backs, longer torsos and shorter legs comparatively, others will be the other way around, and men are built in the same way. So actually, I don't think you can generalise in such a way to say that there is, you know, a women's frame and a men's frame. Traditionally, women's bikes have always just been men's bikes with a different lick of paint anyway. The whole shrink and pink approach has been going since the dark ages. But no, I don't think there is such a thing. You know, things like I fit men on women's saddles. Going back to the saddle thing, I fit men on women's saddles and women on men's saddles. To pretty good effect. Yeah, absolutely. And I think with one of the restrictions for women in a lot of the products is just the range. There isn't enough. There's not enough women's products, but it's a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense that comparatively, not as many women ride bikes in comparison to men. So manufacturers are never going to push the envelope per se in terms of the amount of ranges, the range that they offer. So, like I say, it's this sort of vicious cycle of there's not enough product for women, so not enough women get into it because there's not enough product. You know, it's a vicious cycle. Some brands are better at it than others. Specialized is a particularly good one. Oh, we don't like Specialized. There's going to be some comments there, but no, I think at the end of the day, it's all about the individual, and that's where kind of my type of fitting and being very experimental and doing a lot of comparative testing is really quite important. You know, you understand the right products for the right individual. So there you have it. Women's products is a load of marketing guff.
And so concludes another episode of Bike Fit Tuesdays.
It's a lovely day.
It is quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah. As usual, Questions down below.
Yep. Stick them in.
Stick them in.
Stick it in.